So the videos. I had questions before, but after listening to Ken, there's so much that makes me doubt their authenticity.
I don't know, I don't see a man in a suit being able to sprint up a hill, especially not one that steep.
Okay, the tree breaks. I found that interesting.
I really think the way that Todd presented them, you would need a lot of force to break them in the specific way that he showed us.
You know, I spoke with environmental scientist Christina Lynn, who's an expert on the Pacific Northwest. She's been to this forest, and she gave several good reasons to how a tree break could happen naturally. The tracks, to me, I see tracks faked all the time, so I didn't see anything out there that made me a believer based off the tracks alone.
I liked that they weren't as cookie cutter as a lot of tracks that we see. We didn't see 5 perfectly circle toes or anything like that. They were a little bit more rough. So Jen, where does this leave us?
The thermal footage.
Right.
What do you see?
So I see the figure under the tracker that we were seeing. I can kind of make out a head, maybe an arm, maybe a leg in there as well.
Do you see anything else? So the tracker keeps going back to the hottest area, right?
Right.
Which is where this figure is.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it, I saw it, Todd saw it, Ashley saw it, but no one saw the temperature, 41 degrees. For a primate?
No, that is at least 50 degrees too cool. Wow, how?
Because we were so focused on what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I still want to play the sound recordings that Jason gave me. Do I know for sure that that is a Sasquatch? No. Is it very similar to what I heard when I was younger? 100%.
Christina, the wildlife biologist, was pretty clear that what she heard was a coyote.
So we can't trust video, we can't trust audio, eyewitness accounts, footprints, tree breaks, we have to throw all that out. What are we left with here? What makes Jen Marshall convinced?
Maybe there is a species out there that we have not determined what it is, and later they'll decide this is what people have termed Bigfoot over the years. I don't know. But until I have a body, bones, something scientific, can't confirm its existence.
I can't give up on this just yet. I just can't.
Jennifer! Hello.
Long time no see. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
Well, Jen, you know, I said I couldn't give up on looking for Bigfoot, right? Well, I think that I actually have some evidence.
From a government source, the Washington State Department of Transportation actually posted not only a photo, but a video of what I think may be Bigfoot.
So I saw the video that you sent me, and it's very interesting, but I wanted to know the story behind it. So I reached out to Ryan Overton. He's the Director of Communications for the Washington State Transportation Department. Ryan, are you there?
I am here. Jennifer, Andrew, good to see you guys.
Welcome. So Andrew sent me the photograph and the video that was posted on social media. Tell me how these were collected.
Working at the Department of Transportation, we use all sorts of different webcams across the state to promote conditions so people can see what's going on out there before they head out the door. And in the middle of winter, we get a lot of snow here in eastern Washington. Sherman Pass is roughly 5,500 feet in elevation in the middle of nowhere. So I just happened to kind of be looking through some of the webcams and noticed this image on our Sherman Pass webcam. And it was like, wow, look at that. There's something beneath the tree there that kind of reminds me of Bigfoot.
And what about the video?
So the video was taken by my counterparts in our South Central region, and it was actually from several months prior. They recently completed a nature overcrossing across one of the busiest interstates in Washington, Interstate 90, and it has a camera up there, and late in the evenings, when it starts to get dark, it turns to infrared, so it goes more black and white. Late summer evening, they captured an object walking across on 2 legs over the wildlife crossing.
So when you posted those videos, what was the reaction like?
Some people were very skeptical, thinking that it was just somebody in a backpack, but other people very much believe that it could be Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Whatcom County is actually considered a Bigfoot sanctuary. So we had people that reached out that were college professors that were upset that we were posting images of Bigfoot, thinking that others would go out and try to find Bigfoot himself. So we've had very mixed reviews on social media.
Ryan, let me ask you, do you ever come across footage of humans walking around in that area?
I have never come across any footage of somebody walking through that area on Sherman Pass. But this isn't the first time that something has come up in front of the camera. People have had fun with it in the past, but it has been a significant amount of time since we've seen anything like this.
So let's say this isn't a Sasquatch, it's just some dude in a costume. They would have had to work pretty hard to do that, right? Get very specific with their timing, with when they're getting in front of the footage, and go through some very treacherous territory.
Oh, absolutely. In the middle of winter, to try to get to our Sherman Pass web camera, you'd have to know exactly when the camera was taking the photo because it only updates every hour, and it's off the beaten path. It's not exactly easy to find. It's about a quarter-mile hike up a hillside and then about 150 feet up above the roadway itself. So you'd have to know what you're looking for in order to find the webcam.
Ryan, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing the information. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan.
Absolutely, happy to be here.
All right, Jennifer, all the stuff that Ryan just showed us, the fact that it's out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, Jen, you gotta admit there's some pretty compelling stuff here, right?
Listen, I always go for what is the most simple answer. And the most simple answer is not, it's a Bigfoot walking through the forest.
I mean, Jen, I get that, but the simplest answer in this case could be that a giant ancient creature just walked past a camera that it didn't see and didn't understand.
I mean, Jen, you gotta admit there's some pretty compelling stuff here, right? This camera that takes a photo every hour
Randomly happened to capture something mythic.
Well, you know who I think would be able to tell us more about that and give us a definitive answer is my favorite forensic analyst, Jennifer Owen, who analyzes visual evidence in legal proceedings. Jennifer, are you there?
Hey, I'm here. How are you?
Hi. So Andrew Sanford is with me.
Hi, Jennifer. So after examining the photo, what do you think it is?
Well, when you guys first sent it to me, I was real excited because, you know, being on the forensic science part of it, we're always skeptical. So the what ifs and the possibilities of something like this made me want to jump right on it. Okay, so this was the original photo taken from the Twitter feed. You would think, wait a second, is that part of the tree? Could it be the outline of a hiker? But if you take a look at the snow, if this was a hike, there is not one footprint anywhere around this tree or any signs of anyone walking back or forth. So you go over here and I'll say, oh, well, let me darken everything up. Here you go. You're saying, well, wait, maybe this isn't a hiker. Maybe this isn't, you know, part of the tree. This could be Bigfoot because lighting does funny things visually to eyes and what you're actually seeing. So after a little more sleuthing, I happened upon another photo that a hiker had uploaded from the spring. It's in the exact same spot. You know it's a different season because there's no snow on the ground. And then we come over here, the exact same silhouette. So we have two different seasons and the figurine, silhouette, Bigfoot, whatever it may be, hasn't moved a muscle. It's a cutout that was put up there by a bunch of hikers as a prank.
Okay. But what about the video? Traipsing through the snow in the middle of nowhere. Jennifer, what were your thoughts on that?
Okay, so this was the video that I was sent. And there's our infamous creature, the possible Bigfoot. And then he stops, gives us a little look, and then continues, and that's all we got. But if you look at the gait of the creature, I'm not a member of the Bigfoot Club, but I have heard that he's extremely large, extremely hairy. If you've ever seen videos like bison, anything like that, if you've been in Yellowstone, their hair moves. So there would be some hair movement on the silhouette, something. Especially when he turned around and looked at the camera, there would have been a swish if there was hair on that supposed creature.
This might not be the proof that I was looking for, but...
Don't lose heart, Andrew. You know, maybe we just haven't seen the video and the proof that we need yet.
Jennifer, thank you so much.
All right, until next time, guys.
Until
Thank you,
See you
Jennifer.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Andrew, I have to say that the photo and the video, they were intriguing, but
I went from up here being really excited, and now I'm a little bit down here. I feel a bit deflated.
you know, I do have some scientific evidence. Recently, scientists have confirmed details that a 10-foot tall ape-like creature lived more than 2 million years ago, and it's called Gigantopithecus blacki. They discovered that this giant primate is related to the modern-day orangutan, and this is scientific proof that giant upright creatures did in fact walk the earth.
That's fantastic. I mean, we descended from apes. We're still around. Apes are still around. This thing could still be out there. This could very much lead us to why we have so many sightings across the world every single day of Bigfoot. It could just be this thing's descendant. That's very exciting.
The hunt for convincing proof goes on.